સૌને જય શ્રી સ્વામિનારાયણ. મોટા બાપજીની સાથે અમેરિકામાં અલાસ્કાની ટૂરમાં આપ સૌને સ્વાગત.
Alaska સ્ટેટનું કેપિટલ સિટી Anchorage town.
And welcome everybody for a beautiful morning. Swarga welcome to each and every one of you, and especially me, and I mean it. My name is Charles, for some of you sleeping last night. Don't worry, we got a beautiful day.
Alaska tour, day 1 with Mota Maharaj, visiting a native tribe of Alaska people.
People told to cut your hair, never speak your language again, and then World War II comes, and all of a sudden the government's going, hey, we need your language because no one can understand what it is, and you need... But I hope everyone enjoyed the dancing here, to truly realize music is a universal language. And it's a beautiful thing. But the main one is that they fish, the water is pretty much dry for those pelts. Unfortunately, a lot of life depends on wars. And so Russia was fighting a war, the Crimean War, and they were in debt and they needed to make money. So Alaska, they sold $7.2 million. And it was, as far as a real estate deal goes, it was an amazing real estate deal. It is the 49th state here in America, and it was a territory before. And so when Alaska was purchased, some people say, did we really need it? It was this whole thing. Where we're going to head right now, and I hope we get some action with the light stop in the rain, is we're going to drive to the airport. It's the busiest airport in all North America for float planes. And these are the planes that are going to be landing and taking off on the water. So we'll stop, there's a nice little area that we can stop and get out and just watch, see if we can see some planes. And that is where the legend David, he's a pilot, he's been born here, he's been flying his whole life up here. So he's a wealth of information when it comes to these planes. And you have to understand how important these little planes are to the state of Alaska. The history, basically what it is the British Empire. Way back then, even today, we all know how big of an empire that is. And the Russians did not want the British Empire to get Alaska at all. Basically, we can sell to anyone except for the British Empire because They were the biggest threat at the time. Little United States were brand new. We don't know if we're going to make it or not back then. Perfect country to sell it to. Here, any one of these spots, it's called a slip. And they pay money to park their planes around the whole lake. Because how easy is that? When you want to leave somewhere, just off you go. When you want to land, boom, you're 10 minutes from downtown Anchorage. 800 pounds, so right around 2,000 kilos, and it gets cold almost that much in weight. So these people require very little land to take off, very little land to land, and that's why it's very popular, these small planes like that. Notice the difference on their tires and floats. So here, these are called floats, and there's planes that have both tires and floats on them. We might see some examples here.
This one for sale.
For sale, that plane right there, probably about, $70,000+. He was the first to go solo across the Atlantic Ocean. In here. And people are going, that's crazy, what the heck is that thing? And he goes,
અહીંયા સ્પેશિયલી આ ગ્રુપમાં દાયાભાઈ મોટા છે અને એ યંગ છે બધા કરતા. He is the youngest person. Not by age, but by physically. Very nice. And he traveled all the way from Ahmedabad here in Alaska.
અલાસ્કાની ટૂરમાં કાંજીભાઈની ફેમિલીમાં મંજીભાઈ, રમેશભાઈ, વીરજીભાઈની ફેમિલી પણ નજરે આવે છે.
Ah, there we go. One now. Every 4 or 5 minutes, and that's why truly. Obviously. Joycey. Obviously, Joycey. Oisi. Mejora. Obviously, Joycey. Courtesy, Mejora. It's a lot of learning. I got a lot. The hardest part about learning, I moved to last winter to Mexico.
After having a morning first day tour in Alaska, we are at lunch in a Mandala restaurant. Food was excellent and all sattvic.
બોલો નરનારાયણ દેવની જય. નરનારાયણ દેવની જય. જય હો નરનારાયણ દેવની જય.
See you soon in day 2 Alaska tour with Mota Maharaj. જય શ્રી સ્વામિનારાયણ.